I never met the woman.
Again, I sensed her discomfort and changed the subject. I started rambling about Croft Ridge and things to do around the area, which admittedly wasn't much.
You seem to know a lot about Croft Ridge. Have you always lived here?
No, I was born in California and lived there until my parents died in a car accident when I was 15. My father's parents died before I was born, so I moved to Croft Ridge to live with my mother's parents. You'll love the Blacks. Graham and Pop are two of the nicest people you'll ever meet, Aaron interjected. When Annabelle's brows furrowed in confusion, I knew what was coming.
How is your last name Black?
I chuckled. Caught that, did you? Oddly enough, my mother and father had the same last name. She seemed to relax as we continued talking and getting to know each other. Completely enthralled with her, I failed to pay attention to the others around us, or the time. I'd never met anyone like her and was fully captivated from the moment we exchanged our first words. It was hours later when she looked at the time and gasped.
I need to find Macy and get home before I miss my curfew.
She stood and scanned the area for her friend. I stood as well and looked for Aaron, but didn't see him anywhere.
Shit,
Annabelle cursed.
Her car's gone.
I can take you home, I offered.
No, I couldn't ask you to do that.
You didn't ask. I offered. Come on, I said, and nudged her with my elbow.
I don't know,
she said warily. I had one beer tonight, and that was hours ago. I held my hands up and met her eyes. I promise. I just want to make sure you get home safely. My Gram would whoop my ass if she found out I'd knowingly left a young woman stranded in an unfamiliar place with strangers at night. That was the truth, too. Gram and Pop had taught me to look out for others and offer help when help was needed. While we walked to my truck, I pulled out my phone and called Aaron.
Where the fuck are you?
I growled into the phone when he answered. The sounds of heavy breathing and female moaning filled my ears, causing me to sigh. Never mind. I know where you are. You're going to take her girl home, right? He asked, clearly not taking a break from his exertions. It's a little late to be asking, don't you think? I snapped. Nah, I knew you would take care of her. Fuck off, Aaron. Trying to. He laughed and ended the call. I opened the passenger door for Annabelle and gestured for her to get in. Your friend left with Aaron.
She's not really my friend.
Oh? You mentioned your mothers worked together, so I just assumed you two were friends.
My mother cleans her parents' house. She was sick a few days last week, and I had to fill in for her. While I was there, I met Macy, and she invited me to this party, she said with a shrug. I'm glad she did. I enjoyed meeting you, I said softly. Yeah, me too. I followed the directions Annabelle gave me to her house. When I pulled up to a rundown house on the outskirts of town, I didn't want to let her out of my truck. But I kept my mouth shut because I didn't want her to feel embarrassed. I didn't care where she came from or how much money her family had, but I did care about her safety. I tipped my head toward the dark structure. Are your parents home? My mom should be, she muttered. I felt marginally better knowing she wouldn't be alone. You want to go to get lunch tomorrow? Maybe I can show you around Croft Ridge, I blurted. Yeah, that sounds nice. Okay, dollface. I'll pick you up at 12 p.m. tomorrow. Okay. Okay. After a few beats of awkward silence, I cupped the side of her face with my hand and brought my lips to hers. Nothing overly passionate or intense, just a soft, lingering kiss. I wanted her to know I was interested, but I didn't want to scare her off by being too forward. Do you want me to walk you to the door? No, my mother will raise hell if she finds out a guy brought me home. I'll wait here until you're inside, I said softly. Good night, Phoenix. As I watched her walk into the dark, dilapidated house, I knew right then and there. She walked into that house carrying my heart in her hands. Chapter 2. Phoenix. I saw Annabelle every day for the rest of the summer. During the weekdays, I had football practice, and she worked at my Gram's shop when she wasn't helping her mother clean Macy's parents' house. But the evenings and weekends were ours. To me, it didn't matter what we did or who we were with, as long as the two of us were together. When school started, I picked Annabelle up every morning and drove us to school. In the afternoon, she drove my truck to Gram's shop to work for a few hours while I was at practice. I hated that she worked so much, but she told me she was trying to save.